Welcome back to News with a Message, where I am your host, Russell. And boy, do we have some late breaking news for your ass. Hip hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested in the Southern District Court of New York City, where there is a 99% conviction rate. And man, it's about to get deep. It's about to get deep in the culture, boy. I'm here to tell you. Let's see what the story is.
CNN that the embattled musician and producer Sean Diddy Combs has now been arrested. That's according to the mogul's attorney and what they are telling CNN tonight. According to a source, Combs was arrested in a Manhattan hotel this evening. He is right now being processed. The charges are unclear at this time, and an attorney for Combs tells CNN, quote, "We are disappointed with the decision to pursue what we believe is an unjust prosecution of Mr. Combs." CNN's Elizabeth Wagmeister is with us right now. Elizabeth, what can you tell us about this arrest tonight?
We don't have many details at this moment, but just hearing from his attorney directly that he has been arrested, I am hearing that even his attorneys are not clear on what these charges are at the moment, but he was arrested tonight in a Manhattan hotel. He is currently being processed. And of course, we know that this comes after months and months of this mogul having an immense fall from grace. He has 10 civil suits against him, many of which include very disturbing allegations of sexual assault, of drugging. It's important to note that Combs has denied most of these allegations, but you'll remember a few months ago when we broke that video of Combs violently beating his ex-girlfriend Cassie in the hallway of a Los Angeles hotel room, and that came after he had denied many allegations that were in her lawsuit. I want to remind our viewers that that lawsuit came out in November of 2023, and ever since then it has been a constant domino effect. We heard at the time that Diddy was the target of an investigation. We learned that that investigation was tied to sex trafficking. And months later, we exclusively broke at CNN that a grand jury, that this was presented to a grand jury and that they were prepping accusers to speak with that grand jury.
So there you have it. Sean Diddy Combs, actually, he's no longer Sean Diddy Combs to me. He is Sean Combs, and he hasn't been Diddy to me for a long time, because ever since I saw him kick his girlfriend's backside, I saw the monster that he was, and to give him the courtesy of the moniker Diddy would be doing myself a disservice. So what do we know? This is what we know so far. We know that he is innocent until proven guilty, and we don't know what he has been charged with. So we have to be patient, and we have to wait and see. Probably the next day or two, they will unseal his indictment and let us know exactly what he is charged with. But I can assure you, it probably has something to do with sex trafficking. It probably has something to do with underage relations with boys or girls, and it probably has a RICO attached to a RICO charge attached to it. So all of that stuff could come up under a RICO charge, which is racketeering. And like I said, this story isn't really in my wheelhouse. Because it is very triggering for me. I'll say with full disclosure that as a child, I witnessed in very up close and a very personal way violence against women and sexual violence against women. I saw it regularly, and I saw it up close and personal. And so when I see / hear about anybody who participates in that type of behavior towards women, for me, it's triggering, and for me, it's personal, And for me, I become biased. And so I'm probably not the best person to give commentary on this, but I can assure you that if the Southern District of New York has filed charges against him, they are 99% sure that those charges are going to stick, and they are going to stick in a true and long-term way. I'm here to tell you, man, that the charges that he is probably facing are charges probably as serious as what R. Kelly was facing. And R. Kelly, don't think that he got charged with anything underage, and this man is going to die in prison. And if not die in prison, he will get out as an elderly man. And Sean Puffy Combs, the rumors out there are that his behavior is 10 times worse than anything that we have seen with R. Kelly, who I deleted every bit of his music from my YouTube music the moment that those charges came out. But like I said, this is a very near and dear subject to me, and because this is news with a message, I got to talk about it, man. I got to talk about it. Violence in the black community. Violence in the black culture. Violence in black music. Violence in the black home. Towards women. Towards children. It has to stop. It has to be addressed. The covers have to be pulled off. Excuse me. The covers have to be pulled off. I mean, it has to be shown and displayed for what it is, and it's self-destructive behavior for the black community. And the bad part about it is that we live it in the black community. But when it goes out into the brown community, and when it goes out into the yellow community, and when it goes out into the white community, they are just observers. Maybe the brown community might be participants somewhat, but generally speaking, everyone else is just observers and supporters and celebrators of our self-destructive behavior. Voyeurs into what goes on in the black community, and we put it out there. Can you imagine those in the Jewish community putting out music about their Jewish woman being hoes and sluts and bees? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? You can't imagine. Can you imagine the Asian community? Can you even imagine the white community doing that? No. Maybe even the brown community. Maybe in the brown community. Black and brown are pretty much aligned. But can you imagine that violence against women, violence against women, becoming normalized in anybody's community? Violence against children becoming normalized. Can you imagine? And this is the world that we live in. This is the world that we live in. And I'm here to say enough is enough. Enough is enough. I've had enough. I've had enough. My generation has had enough. And actually, that's probably why those black people that you see that were once on the left, who are now on the right, they are there because we are sick and tired of the Democratic state and the Democratic complicitness in the black experience and the black community and black pop culture. It's celebrated. Can you imagine having a black woman going to a black woman's presidential rally and twerking on stage? Have you lost your ever-loving mind? Can you imagine? that the way that this party thinks that they get thinks that they can get our vote by appealing to our base level instincts sexually, by having Megan Thee Stallion twerk at Vice President Kamala Harris's rally. This is indicative of the society that we live in. They've normalized debauchery. We've normalized debauchery. We've normalized hate against ourselves. And it's time for a change. It's time for a change. And hopefully today, when the creator of this culture, one who sought to define what the culture is, hopefully today the sheets have been pulled off and we get to see things for what they really are. And hopefully, as a community of people, we can stop promoting death, destruction, and violence against ourselves. I don't bet on it happening, but I'm optimistic. I'm being optimistic here. Anyway, that is today's rant, news with a message. I'm your host again, Russell Russell. Like, subscribe, share, like, subscribe, share. Please, I'm trying to grow my channel, trying to get a message of love, high energy, information out there so that we could all be changed in a better way. So, talk to you soon. Have a great night.